I'm back with another video today. If you haven't been here before, my name is Sargent, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit different video for me. If you guys like cruelty-free beauty and interesting makeup looks, make sure to hit that subscribe button because that is usually what I do. However, today I thought it would be fun to film a haul video. I've never done one of these before, but I just got back from tour. I was out for almost 2 months on a tour with a band from the UK called Swerve Driver. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they are from the early 90s and then up through today as well. And they're like in the category of shoegaze music, kind of like garage rock, psychedelic sort of sounding music. A lot of people like to say that they sound kind of like a mix of like Dinosaur Jr. and Nirvana sounding. So if you guys are into that, then definitely go check them out. They're amazing, really nice guys, wonderful people, and great to tour with. But anyways, I'm home now, and I've been home for just a couple days, and I will be home now for a couple of weeks before my next tour. And so, of course, in my travels, I end up finding stuff. I walk around in the mornings and I find vintage stores and record shops and definitely eat out at like a lot of cool restaurants. And so I thought it would be really fun to show you guys what I picked up from this tour. It's a fair amount of stuff, so just keep in mind that this stuff was purchased over the course of 2 months while I was on tour in a different city every day. So this wasn't like one big shopping spree that I did all at once. But anyways, I thought it might be fun for you guys to see what I picked up, what my style is, the stuff that caught my eye, and I guess I'll try to do it in order of what I got when, like chronological order if I can remember. Let's go ahead and get started. We started the tour, we picked up in LA, and our first show was in Dallas. So we had to drive pretty much nonstop from LA to Dallas to get to the show. But we had a stop so our driver could rest in El Paso. We travel on a tour bus, and our drivers can only drive so far before they have to stop and take a rest or sleep for a while before they can continue driving again. So we took a rest in El Paso and we stopped at a mall. I think I was in Dillard's, and I'll show you what I got. I found this super fun fluffy jacket. It's faux fur, and I think it's like Mongolian faux fur, and it's not too long. You guys can see it. But yeah, it's super cute. It's like a super fun jacket, really fun to wear, really fluffy and fun. All right, the next stop that we hit up was Nashville. And of course we had cities in between El Paso and Nashville that we stopped. But this was the next city that I purchased things in. And I've been following this vintage shop on Instagram for a while. I'm kind of like stalking their items. They specialize in rock and roll vintage tees, and if you guys don't know, that's pretty much my uniform. I pretty much just live in like vintage rock and roll t-shirts. I love the way they feel, and of course like I'm all about the rock and roll life. Anyway, so I went in there. I had been looking at this Rolling Stones t-shirt for a while, kind of stalking it online, almost purchased it a few times, but it was a little bit of a pricier item, so I didn't really want to purchase it online because I didn't know if it was going to fit. And that's the thing with vintage items, is a lot of times they run very small, so when it says it's a large, it could actually fit like a small, like by today's standards. So anyways, I made a stop at this shop. It's called Black Shag Vintage, if I haven't already said that, and I would highly recommend you following them on Instagram too, because they're, I mean, everything that they post I want. So anyways, went in there for the shirt, and I ended up finding a few other things as well. Probably my favorite item that I got on the entire tour is this hat. I'm so obsessed with this. The gentleman that owns the shop hand makes these hats, and they're made from like vintage hats, so probably from the 60s and 70s, like old, this looks like it was probably a cowboy hat at one time, and he reshapes them. So the hat band on it's vintage, and then obviously these little feathers, and that's what the inside of it looks like. Probably a fairly old hat. Looks like maybe it's from the 70s, I would say, like 60s or 70s, but it fit me absolutely perfect. I just felt like this hat was made for me. So yeah, I loved it so much. I did not go in there to purchase a hat, but it definitely left with me. So I might wear this for a little bit just because I love it so much. I also picked up this jean jacket from there. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's just a nice casual jacket. I would say that this is probably from the 70s, I would guess. But I love the little pearl snap buttons on it, and the shape of the pockets and the collar. It's like a Western casual denim jacket. It has the seam comes down to a point in the back, and the buttons go all the way down, and then there's another set of pockets with snap closures here, and then also on the sleeves as well, right there. So this is really cute. It's a little oversized. It's slightly too large for me, but I don't mind. It's just a really nice lightweight jacket that can go with literally anything. While I was checking out there, they also had some really cute rings at the counter, and so I picked one of these up. I hope you guys can see what that is, but it's a very old dime. It's the dime that has the Native American on one side and then the buffalo on the other. This one, let me see if I can see what year it's from. 1927, that's when this coin is from. So it's really cool. I really liked it. I thought it looked really good with my all-seeing eye ring, which is pretty much a constant. I usually always have this ring on, and then I kind of build around it, but minimally I usually always have this one on. So I thought it looked really cool, like the two shapes together. So I picked that up. Okay, and then for t-shirts, I grabbed this vintage AC/DC back in black shirt. I love it. Super soft, you know, nice oversize and really nicely worn in. So I really like this a lot, and the album also is amazing. So yeah, so I picked that up. The shirt that I went in there for, the shirt that I had been stocking for like at least a year online, they had it still. So let me show you, it's so amazing. Okay, it's a Rolling Stones Tattoo You promo shirt. So this is what the front looks like. It says Rolling Stones Tattoo You, and then it has, this is the lady from the cover of that album. And then right below it, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it says Seattle Tour, October 14th and 15th, 1981. And I'm from Seattle, so I thought this was so cool. I wanted this shirt so bad. It fits absolutely perfectly. It is slightly oversized on me, and it's just so soft and gorgeous. And also, I don't think it's ever even been worn. I think it's a brand new vintage shirt. I don't know if you guys can see from the tag right there, but it's it looks to me like it's never even been washed. It's in really, really good condition. And then this looks to be like some sort of radio station promo shirt or something, because the back has some information on it. Okay, it says Start Me Up, Budget Tapes and Records. So these were probably, this was probably someone that sponsored the show. And then it says right here, Seattle's Best Rock, KISW, which is still one of Seattle's classic rock stations. So obviously Seattle's my hometown. I was just so excited about this shirt. So I thought about it for a really long time, and I just felt like when I went in there and there it was like meant to be. I thought it was just like the universe was telling me that I needed this shirt. I love it so much. It's probably one of my favorite vintage shirts that I have. Next up for the haul, we went to Pittsburgh, and we had a day off in Pittsburgh, which was very exciting because I really wanted to see the Andy Warhol Museum. So if you guys don't know, Andy Warhol is originally from Pittsburgh. Before he moved to New York, he grew up and went to school in Pittsburgh. And I'm a huge Andy Warhol fan. I really love him. And so I had been wanting to see this museum for so long. And every other time that I've been through there on tour, it's always been like a Monday. And that happens to be the only day that the museum is closed. And so I've had maybe 3 days off in Pittsburgh before, just over the years, and it just is always on a Monday, so I've never gotten to see this museum. So anyways, we happened to be there on a Saturday, and like for some reason it was also half-price ticket day, which was crazy. So not only was I finally getting to see this museum, but I also only had to pay half price. So I think the tickets are usually $20, and so we all went in for $10. Well, not all of us for $10. Each one of us had to pay $10, but everybody went. The whole band went. Me and some of the other crew members went, and it was so much fun. If you guys haven't seen that and you're an Andy Warhol fan, if you ever find yourself in Pittsburgh, I would highly recommend going. It was really, really cool. So I did pick up a couple of souvenirs from there, just a couple of small things. I got this fridge magnet. It's Andy in drag, which is super fun, and then it says the Andy Warhol Museum on it, so that was really cute. And then I got a set of Andy Warhol playing cards. This is early Andy artwork, like back when he used to draw for advertisements, and I really love his style. It's really kitschy and cute. And then I also picked up a t-shirt while I was there. This is one of my favorite Andy self-portraits. I love this image. And then on the back it says Andy Warhol Museum. The next stop that I purchased something was in Boise. We had a day off, and there's this really cool record store there. I think it's called the Record Exchange, and it's this massive shop, and they have a huge selection of like vinyl records, music, movies, just collectibles, all sorts of stuff. So I'm not gonna show you guys all of the vinyl records that I got, because I did also purchase some vinyl records in Boston and just kind of all over the place, because I collect records as well. So I won't bore you with showing that, because I got a pretty big stack of records also. But one of them that I will show you is this Led Zeppelin box set. I was very excited to get this. This is How the West Was Won, and this is a live album. If you guys haven't heard or seen this, it is so amazing. If you guys are into Led Zeppelin or classic rock at all, you should definitely sit down and watch the video recorded version of this, because it is just so mesmerizing. It just sucks you in. It's oh my gosh, it's so good. So definitely check that out. I was very excited to find this on vinyl. Then the day after Boise, we had a show in Seattle, which of course is my hometown. My dad came to the show, and I had made a couple purchases on the RealReal and had them sent to my dad's house. So I'll just go ahead and include these things in the haul, since technically I got them while I was on the road, but my dad was kind enough to bring them to me at the show. So I got a couple of Pamela Love jewelry pieces. So I got these earrings that, if you can see, the post is an eye, and then the back to it is, I guess it kind of looks like a little like sunburst or sun rays, and I'm wearing it right here to today, so hopefully you guys can see that. They kind of reminded me of my ring with the eye, just kind of mystical looking. And then I also got this Pamela Love necklace, which is amazing. It looks like a rosary. I'm not gonna put it on because I have my hat on, but it looks like a rosary, and it has these, I forget the name of this cross, but it's like an even cross, like the top isn't longer than the sides, it's all the same. And then it's got this little part right here that has, it's a coat of arms on this side, and then on the back side is some sort of saint, and then there's a dagger at the tip of it. And this thing's pretty good size, like, I mean, and it's also pretty sharp. I feel like if somebody was messing with you, you could definitely do some damage with this. At the very least, like, open up a letter with it. After Seattle, we went to Portland, and if you guys don't know, there is no sales tax in Portland. So this is like a really convenient excuse to buy a bunch of stuff because you can justify it that you're saving so much money not paying taxes. So I decided to go shoe shopping that day, and I hit up the Doc Martens store and also the Vans store. So I'll show you guys what I got from Doc Martens. I picked up this white chunky platform boot, have little zippers, which makes it really nice and easy to get into. I do have this same style. I think that this style is called Jaden, and I do have one other pair of these that are in black with like brushed blue on them. So I already knew that I loved the style. They're slightly dusty because I did wear them one of the days that I was on tour, but I need to break them in because they're still like quite stiff on the back. That's the one sucky thing about Doc Martens. I love them. They last forever. They're super cool, but they're such a pain in the butt to break in. You really gotta work for these. And then I picked up these little booties. They've got the 3 buckles on top, a platform with like a block heel on them. I had been looking at these for a while. Actually, when I was in London, I went to Camden Market and I went to the Doc Martens store there, and I almost bought these when I was there actually. Ended up getting a different pair instead, but I thought that these were really cute, and so being that I didn't have to pay tax on them, I decided to go ahead and pick these up too. And then lastly, for the Doc Martens store, I also got a pair of sandals. I thought that these were so freaking cute. There was another pair there that I wanted to get also, but I was like 4 pairs of Docs, like that's a little excessive. I mean, 3 pairs of Docs is excessive. But again, I didn't have to pay tax, so blah, 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 I saved money, whatever. Anyways, I really liked these. They again have that like platform chunky heel that Docs are doing now, which I think is so cute. I'm so happy platforms are coming back too. I'm 5'4", I'm really short, and so it's amazing just to have like a little bit of extra height. So these have a nice ankle strap on them. They're a nice like pebbled leather, and then they have the straps. And then I really love the back on these. They have kind of remind me of like a gladiator sort of like heel, but then they have the little tag right here that I have on my boots, which I thought was really cute. So I got those. So after the Doc Martens store, I went over to Vans because I knew that they had the David Bowie collaboration shoes that they had come out, I guess, maybe a few weeks before the tour started, so I wasn't really expecting them to have much of anything. But when I walked past the Vans store, they still had the Bowie cut out in the window and the big like Bowie display. So I went in to see what they still had, and they had these, which are so cute. These are the Hunky Dory slip-ons, and this was the last pair that they had. These were the pair in the window. These are a size 7. Usually I'm a size 8, like 7.5 or even 8.5. Sometimes if shoes run small, I can go up to an 8.5, but pretty comfortably a size 8 or a 7.5. These were a 7, and these ran really big. So I was able to get them. They're actually really comfortable and I love them. They're so cute. They have this fuzzy, like furry checkerboard design on the front, kind of like the off the wall, I think is what they're called, like the Spicoli shoes from Fast Time at Ridgemont High. I've never had a pair of those before, but I thought that these were really cute. And then there's some mustard yellow suede that runs around these, and then it says David Bowie right there. And the inside of the shoes are so cute too. Look at that. Says David Bowie, and then just the blue. I just think that they're really like funky and cute and great for touring because they have a little Velcro right here. You just slide your feet in, so you don't have to tie your shoes or anything. I mean, for summertime, this is so nice. When you're working a show in some of the amphitheaters, you definitely want to have like full shoes on. Sandals are not a good thing to be wearing around on stage or backstage where there's heavy equipment and stuff that can fall. So it's really smart to have closed-toed shoes. So anyways, I think these are going to get a lot of use this summer. I've already worn them a handful of times. They're so cute. While I was in the Vans store, I really just went in for the David Bowie collaboration, but I remembered that they also had a Led Zeppelin collaboration that I figured would be long gone by now, because this was like over the winter time. I want to say that they did this maybe like back in January. Anyways, it had been like maybe 2 months or something since they had done the Zeppelin collaboration, so I was fully not expecting to see any of the Zeppelin shoes there, but they did have these. So these are the Zeppelin high tops, and they have the blimp design right here on the side. It says Led Zeppelin right here, and then they have the 4 symbols right here along the bottom. And I don't know if that's really going to come out that well on camera because it's like a matte white stamped like right on top of the white sole. I haven't worn these yet. These are also a size 7, so I got super lucky that day. All they had left were like really small sizes and really big sizes. I think all of the like popular middle sizes were already long gone. So I got really lucky that I could fit into these. That was all of the shoes that I got from Portland. Next up after Portland was Sacramento. I had some time to go for a little walk while I was there, and I found a little vintage market down the street from the venue. There was a vintage shop and then also a record store there. So I picked up a couple of things from the vintage shop. I found some really cool rings there that were really inexpensive actually for what they were. I got this ring right here. Both of these rings too are not vintage, but they were handmade by local artists, so I really liked that. It looks like a vintage ring. It looks like a vintage like turquoise Native American ring style. I see a lot of these like in the 70s. So there's an elongated piece of turquoise right here, a little round one, and then wings that come up either side. Looks like that. Also looks really cute with my hat. It's like just that same sort of like early 70s like kind of boho vibe that I love, that early like rock and roll sort of vibe. So anyways, I got that, and then the other ring that I picked up was this little lightning bolt ring. If you guys can see, I think it's pewter, and it is got a textured design on the square around the lightning bolt, and then this raised lightning bolt here in the center. And again, it just looked so cute. It reminded me of David Bowie. It also really looks cute with this ring as well. Then I went across to the record store. Again, I'm not going to show you all of my record purchases, but I just want to show you one album that I got that I've decided to display here in my house because it's just so amazingly beautiful. It is this right here. It is quite reflective, so I don't know if you guys can see that okay, but it is a silver Madonna record, and this is a single. This is what the back looks like. It's just probably one of the most beautiful records I have ever seen, and it is from Bedtime Stories, It is the single bedtime story from the album Bedtime Story. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I remember listening to this album a lot when it came out. The last shopping stop that I made was in San Francisco, and I went to Wasteland. There's one in LA also, if you guys have ever been there. It's amazing. It's basically a resale shop, so it's kind of like Buffalo Exchange or Crossroads, if you guys are familiar with that. It's all gently used stuff, but to me, Wasteland just has a really good selection. They do sell gently owned designer clothes, and then they have a pretty good like vintage rock t-shirt collection as well. So here's a couple items that I found there. I got this vintage Loudness t-shirt, which is so stinking cute. I love this. I wore this for several days on the tour and got probably more comments wearing this shirt than I have ever any of my other vintage shirts. Like, I must have gotten 10 comments a day on this shirt when I wore it. So crazy. Anyways, Loudness is a 80s Japanese hair metal band. If you guys are into like 80s hair metal, then definitely check that out. Actually, if you like Motley Crue, I think that they sound an awful lot like Motley Crue. They're like the Japanese version of Motley Crue. I also picked up these shoes there. These are by Current Mood, and I honestly have no idea when I would ever wear these, but they're so cute. When I put them on, they just reminded me of like a little bit like Elton John, like cool 70s sort of vibe. I do have a pair of black bell bottoms that I think these would go really well with, like a rock and roll t-shirt, maybe this hat, my black bell bottoms, and these shoes would be like so cute, like just like a ton of bracelets or something. Then the last thing that I have for today is something that I didn't purchase, but I just got, was from the tour that I was on, and that is this super oversized Swerve Driver t-shirt. So this I got in a men's large, so it is really big. It fits me like a dress, which I think is really cute. I want to wear this with maybe some like biker shorts under it, or some like cutoffs under it, and then like maybe those white Doc Martens that I just got, or the sandals, I think would be really cute with this. Anyways, it's this vintage Swerve Driver design, and then the back looks like this. This was a current shirt that we had from this tour, but this is their first t-shirt design. This design is from like 1992, was the original design when this shirt actually came out, so they decided to do like a vintage reproduction for this tour, so I thought this was really cool. So of course I grabbed one of these for myself, and I think that is pretty much everything that I picked up on this tour. Again, please keep in mind that this collection was purchased over the course of a 2-month tour in like 40 different cities or something. So yeah, there were a lot of days that went by that I didn't purchase anything at all. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing what I picked up from this tour. If you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit the like button so that I know that you enjoyed this video. And also don't forget to subscribe, just so you don't miss out on any of my normal content that I put up. You know, I do usually do makeup videos, but I just thought that this would be a fun idea. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Sarah Sargent Pepper. That is going to have plenty of makeup stuff on it, but if you guys want to get a glimpse at my touring life, I do post a lot of pictures from the road while I'm on tour over there. So if you want to, you can check that out. And I think that just about does it for today, guys. I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope that everyone has a great day. Okay, bye.